Melissa. Okay, so I'm back. So this is the second part. Okay, so we were talking about erasing the label. So all I did again was I changed the text to white. So now that one's gone. It's a little less busy. And then up here, like unless you really want to have a legend, and you can even actually change the location of it. Which okay, so I clicked on it. Yeah, the position. So right here, it was set to auto, so you can put it like that on the right, kind of like out of the way. So if you wanted to have a legend, you can do things like that. Usually, I'll either put it on the right side usually, or I'll just do none. That way, then it's even more clean. Okay, so I'm trying to make it to where it's really clean. And then up here, the title. So to change it, because right now it just has the labels of those. So again, just click on it, and then this one you can actually like double click into it, and then just start typing in there. So you can do something like that. And then since it's kind of like a grayish color, just click on it again. Click on it one time, and then over here you could change the font size and the color and make it bold, italics, whatever, right? Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like that, and I guess this is good. So if let's say I was satisfied with this one, I was thinking, okay, that one's good. This is the one that I want the students to see. So then the next thing I would do is, I was looking at some of these. So student 2, 8, and 19. Let me just make sure. Yeah, because I got 5. Oh yeah, it just so happened that they're all same numbers. Okay. Let me choose these just to kind of make it a little bit more ragged. Okay, so now let's say we're done, right? So then the next thing is to publish it so that way they can get to it. The 3 little dots. So just click once, you get the blue border. Click on the 3 little dots, and then here's where you get the options. So here you can actually, back to edit where we were at a little while ago, you can totally delete it. You can download it from here if you wanted to just download it, but now the deal with downloading is then you have to, like, if you emailed it or whatever, you have to keep doing that every time you would update. So I would kind of avoid that one. But yeah, with the email, that's kind of what you weren't wanting to do something like that. You wanted to do it in real time. So the best way to do that is publish the chart. Oh, alt text. This one will help. Like if the students use a screen reader, you might want to do that, and or like a braille note. If you wanted it. Okay, so that means you would click the 3 little dots, alt text, and that just means you're describing it. So you can just say, bar graph of uh, Chore challenge. And all that does is it just reads, when the screen reader is reading, or when it sees the chart, it'll read this right here. So this one I would probably even say Chore challenge, or whatever title you want to give it. Okay, so that's that. So then now, okay, going back to what I really wanted to show you. Okay, so 3 dots, publish the chart. So then now you get some options. So you can either link it, like if you're gonna hyperlink it, or you can embed it. So what I want to do is I want to embed it so that way they can see it. But from here, from the link, because in the link, oh, actually, no, you do get the same. I thought you got more choices here, but okay, so I'm gonna go into embed. Okay, so click on embed. It's selected because of the blue line. That's just asking you what do you want to embed, and I think by default it'll have like the entire document and the sheet also checked. But since we're just gonna do the chart, I'm just gonna select the chart. So here I got the name of the chart, the title that we gave it, okay, the Chore challenge, and then we have a choice whether to embed it as an interactive chart or as an image, and I'll show you the difference. I'm going to start off with interactive, and then the next thing would be to publish. But before I publish, I'm going to show you down here. I think it starts off like this. So expand it and then publish content and settings. And right now it's already published, but yours, it might be unchecked. So in here, just make sure you check, what is it that you want to publish? Well, just the chore challenge, that's it. And then, and I wasn't ready, but it already did that. Okay, so just the chore challenge. And then if you ever want to stop publishing, you can come in here and then just hit this, and then it'll, confirmation, you hit OK, and then it stopped publishing it. Oops. Let me get out of there. I believe this is what it's going to look like initially when you go into it. So embed, chore challenge, interactive for now, and then I'm going to show you what image does. Okay, interactive, and then I'm going to expand this. What are we going to publish? I'm going to drop this down, and then I'm just going to click chore challenge, and here's the check mark. That's the only thing that I want them to see. And then automatically republish when changes are made, yes. So that way, whenever you update the data, it'll automatically republish the information in real time, okay? So that's checked. And then restrict, that's the only option we have anyway, so we can't change it. If we could, it would be available like to the public or whatever, but all we can share it with their people at Northside, so they have to be logged in. Okay, so now we're ready. So we'll hit start publishing. Okay, are you sure you want to publish? Yes. And this button does the same thing. Okay, are you sure you want to publish? Yes, that's the confirmation. Okay, so then now it gives us the embed code. Since we're in the embed section, here's the embed code. So I'm just gonna copy it. So Control C on the Windows computer. And then, so now what do we do with this code? We can close this out. If you wanted to put it in Schoology, okay, so here's my Schoology. Let's say this was the class you wanted to embed it in. I'll hover till I get the green line, click on it, and then what you're gonna want to use is the add page. Okay, so I'm gonna click add page, and then give it a title, so I'll just call it the Chore Challenge. Okay, so then I'll click in the canvas right here in the body. And then there's a couple of different ways you can do it, and I think the easiest way is going over here. So these two little dots, right? So if you hover over it the first time, it'll give you that message, switch to HTML, and that's what you want. So click on it, zoom back out. And so it looks a little different because like that toolbar that was here, it went away, and then the little dot, it went down to the bottom, okay? So that's how you know you're in that HTML. So then now I click inside of it, and here's where I'm gonna paste the code, the embed code that I just got. And so now in here, yeah, okay, so I'll come back to this in a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll down, and then the very last part is right here, you see this thing that says, when I hover over it, it says display on new page. So go ahead and click on it, and so when you click on it, it turns blue, okay? And that's what you want. That means it's gonna display inline, and I'll show you what that means. Okay, so once we're done, I'll hit create. And so display inline, what it means is it won't look like a hyperlink. It'll actually like show up on the page. And give it a couple of seconds. Okay, so here it is. So this is what inline means. It shows up right here. Now the thing with this is it only gives you a certain amount of space, so you can tell it only went to student 15 started getting cut off. So the other 5 that are over here, you can't see it, but this will kind of give them a quick view. So then what we have to do after this is, well, if the students want to see more, so this is kind of like a preview. They just have to click on the hyperlink, and then when they go into it, then that's when they'll be able to see all the names. So then now, when we had embedded, I'm gonna come back over here. When I clicked on the 3 dots and then publish the chart, we were embed. So this option right here, the interactive. Okay, so what that means is when we embed it. So when I hover, you see how it gives us the numbers. So like if a student wanted to know, okay, what is the blue I have, oh, on Chore 1 I have 5, okay, and then it has their name on the top. So it kind of, that's what interactive means. Okay, they can do things like that, and then if they click on it, it'll activate like all the Chore 5s. They can click on that. So that's what interactive means. So if we had published it the other way, let's say I'm going to change this back to just image. Okay, so we'll have to insert this this link because actually the code, because it changed right here where it says format. Right here where it says format, it says image, so that changes. Okay, so I'm gonna change it back to interactive. So then when it's interactive, it has right here, see format interactive. Okay, so I'll show you what image does. Okay, so I changed it back to image. I'm gonna copy this code, and then it's still publishing, so we're good. We don't have to worry about any of that other stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna come back to my Schoology, and so I'm gonna edit, and then here is the window. So I'm gonna hit the little dot again, and then I'm just gonna delete that one, and then this is the one that has the format as an image, just so that way you can see what it looks like. So now I'm gonna hit save. Okay, so this is the difference. So now it's just an image. So like if I click on it or hover, it doesn't do anything. It's just a picture. Now I can, like, it does this weird thing because I can save it. Like I can right click and save it as an image, but if that's kind of, so whatever the need is, like if you wanted them to look at it and kind of interact with the numbers, you could, or if you just wanted them to have a picture, you can do that. So then now, let's go back in here. So let's say, okay, the next week comes up, and then I'm gonna make this one here, student 6, since there's nothing here, I'm gonna make him like number 1. So I'm gonna put 20, 15, so he's like knocking it out of the water, right? Okay, so now he's all of a sudden number 1. Okay, so all we have to do is once the data gets updated, we just have to refresh the sheet. Okay, so even though it changes here, we still have to refresh it so that way it'll change everything wherever it is, wherever it's published. Okay, so it's good here. So then on Schoology, it still looks the same, right? 6 is here, still down here with nothing. They just have to refresh on their end. Let's see. Now I think I'm going crazy because it's not refreshing, but it will. We probably just have to give it a little bit of time. Still make it do its thing, but it will. We probably just have to wait a little bit until it updates. And come back over here. I'm gonna refresh this one. So it's not as instant as I thought it was. And a little bit of time. Okay, come back in here. I'm gonna refresh my Schoology. It's still going, but it will update. It just, I didn't realize it was gonna take this long. It's still the old one. Let me make sure that we didn't accidentally unpublish. Let's try it. It's still going. Yeah, it probably is just gonna take a little bit of time. And yeah, it's still going. Yeah, it's probably gonna take a little bit of time. The other thing too that I'm gonna wait and come back to it, but in here is the size, like the width and the height. So how a little while ago it was kind of cutting off those students at the end, we can actually change the width in here to make it a little bit more narrow, or the width, I guess, change the width on it so you can change the size of it. But that's just the view of it. So if you actually wanted to, I guess, what I would do, like you could probably resize it right here. Okay, make it this size, and then it's saving it here, but the link doesn't change. So if you resized it in here, we'd have to go back in here and then go into the embed part. This is the new size. Copy this one, and then this is the one then that we would embed. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up another one. Oh no, I can't, because that's HTML. I was going to just put it. If I would have just copied the link, it would have done it. But let me refresh, because this thing is still. I'm still curious as far as why it hasn't updated. So it might be like a minute or two. Yeah, it still hasn't. Wow, interesting. Okay, let me go. I'm going to go back into the main page. Okay, it's updating. Maybe the internet's just kind of slow. I'll click in the link. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it just took forever to update. And you know what? Now that I noticed it, it changed the size. It actually did get smaller. So it updated the size too. So I guess we don't have to reinsert it. See, because now it just has student. We can't even see the names or anything like that. So those are the kinds of things you got to kind of watch out for. Let me make it a little bit bigger again. Refresh it, and then again, yeah, it might take a little bit longer, but anyways, you just gotta give it a few minutes to update. But anyways, that's kind of what I was thinking, Melissa. And if you wanted to change the chart, since it's already linked, you could actually do updates and change things around, and it's gonna update wherever it's embedded. Okay. And you could embed it in other places too. Like if it was just a website that you wanted, I'm gonna go to the three dots, publish, and then just a link. So this link right here, you can just copy it and then put it like in a newsletter or whatever. But whenever you put it like it'll show up, and it's interactive, right? See, they can just hover. And then if you wanted to add like the lines and all that stuff, you can do that also. It's just a matter of clicking on it and then double clicking into it, and then just doing whatever changes you wanted to. Okay, so if you have other questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you with this stuff. This is the kind of things that I really like. The thing that I think might be a challenge, so like if you already have a form that you're using to collect data, we can just replicate it. So just let me know, and then we can do that, and then we can build this. All right. Okay, I hope you found this helpful. I'll let me know, and then we could mess with it.